Before I start this video, I understand it might be a little bit too long for some of you, so if you were to just scroll down, take a look in the description, you will see how I've provided chapters. So if you care about the likes of all the collection continuations, or maybe you care about the likes of all the weapons and tool skins, just look in the description, scroll down. If you wish to skip ahead, the options available to you. With that, good day, Ruskin enjoyers. I hope you're doing alright, because it's time for the Rust Workshop skin checks. Over the past weekend, and as of Monday, we've received a lot of very interesting looking skins right there. Now you're probably sitting there wondering, what is the video all about? What's the focus? What are we here for? Well, don't worry, I'll explain. Basically, we're here to identify all the collection continuations. We're looking at things with a financial perspective. Please understand this, with every Rust store that we see in the future, if we were to see collection continuations, what tends to happen is the pre-existing skins from the same collection are most likely going to spike in demand, spike in price. So if we could identify all the collection continuations today, we could potentially figure out, is it a good idea to consider investing into that collection? Because if we do see those skins being accepted in a future Rust store, potentially we could see all those skins we invested into spiking in price, and therefore we walk away with a sweet bit of profit. Simple as that. So yeah, we're looking for investments basically. That's the main focus. But of course we're also looking at all the brand new skins, so you know, it's nice and insightful. Now you're probably wondering, how have you managed to get all of these skins in a nice presentable manner? Well, that's because I have a followed authors list. So, if you're interested or want to set one up for yourself, feel free to look at the top right corner of this video right now. You will see a special card has appeared. If you were to click it, it'll navigate you to a video which will showcase to you the different ways in which you can build up your own followed authors list based on how you want a followed authors list to be. Maybe you only care about the likes of the skins that have a genuine good chance of being accepted. Maybe you just want to, support certain people and whatnot. It's up to you. Okay, cool. Now, before we talk about all the new skins, I should point out TGG has a brand new top picks list. Of course, we looked at these skins last week, but you should also consider looking at this video to get a good look at the likes of all the skins and whatnot. Up to you. All there. So, yep. Alright, so with the likes of that, we can now hop over to here. And we have the Rust Workshop skin checks for October 29, 2024. We have 84 skins to take a look at today. The collection link is at the top of the description, so just look at the description right now. If you want to go through all of these skins in your own time, you're more than welcome to do so. But if you want to listen to the Hedge as he yaps, talking about all of these skins in great detail over the course of the next hour or so, well, sit back and relax, we're getting started. Now, just to point out, we'll be using the likes of SCMM.app to help us visualize if everything's okay to consider investing into. I'm sure you know this by now. Cool. Right then, shall we get started? Shall we proceed to talk about the likes of Deployables? And our first skin that we're going to talk about, which will be the representative of the many skins we're about to talk about today, here we have the Metallic Beast Bearskin Rug produced by Mr. Shedmon. Now this is a very strange but very unique idea. So I made this joke yesterday. There's only so many real life bears we can reference with, bearskin rugs. And Mr. Shedmon has decided to just go forth and make something completely ridiculous. In a nice way. What I'm saying is, they've made some sort of metallic creature made out of scrap iron and barbed wire. Pretty freaky, pretty strange, but again, something very unique, something completely different that you might not, wouldn't even have considered. So, Shedmon, I've got to give props to you. It's pretty cool. Would you like that as a decoration for your base? It'll make you nice and comfortable. No, it would, because, if you stand near it, you get nice and comfy. Anyway, so this is the representative for the many skins we're about to take a look at. What I'm going to sit here and say throughout all this video is, do you want to support the skin creator? Consider voting yes or no. Now, if you really like the skin, you could also go to the comment section and just provide some nice, kind words. In short, go there, say something nice and positive, and it'll, keep their morale up, keep them nice and happy, keep them wanting to put out nice creative designs in the future. Simple as that. If you don't happen to like the skin that much, but you know exactly why, you could potentially offer some constructive feedback, alright? Point out what you don't happen to like about the skin, and, they can take it into consideration. Just be nice, concise, and straight to the point, and you never know, maybe they'll take your feedback in and consider making a version 2 in the future if their skin isn't accepted. And you never know, maybe that gets accepted then, and you help them out. Simple as. So yeah, this is produced by Mr. Shedmon. If you like what you see, consider showing your support. Best of luck to the likes of you, Mr. Shedmon. Could we get another bearskin rug being accepted after what? Since Christmas last year? Ooh, that's been a while, hasn't it? Right then, shall we now move on and talk about the likes of the sleeping bags? We have 3 of them right here in front of us. Here we have the Chapito sleeping bag. Get a good look at this. I thought it was a clown suit. A chapiteau is a collapsible structure made of masts and a tent fabric. Oh, I see it now. It's like a tent of some sort. Okay, that makes sense. Right then, Kika, it's a perfectly cute looking design. Best of luck to the likes of you, but you do have competition, because next up, here we have the Fossils sleeping bag. Now, is this a collection continuation? Yes, it is. Do you remember the Fossils MP5? Well, it was like a random skin accepted late last year, and now we're delving into like the Deployables. Now, just to point out, they did try and get some other skins accepted. Unfortunately, nothing really happened. So now we're delving into like the Deployables, so let's just quickly remember Fossils. How is that MP5 currently holding up? Because by default, I don't think everyone's going to be jumping onto the likes of this. Actually, it's not doing too bad. But if I can recall, it only did 3,000 subscribers, which is incredibly low. Incredibly low. So looking at this, hey, you could jump onto this right now if you want to. But if it's kind of sitting here with hardly any stock in circulation, with very low quantity, with borders only going up to a certain point, I don't think this is going to really move that much. Now, if I can recall, I think some people tried to kind of manipulate this for a while. It's weird, like some people walked in and did like huge buyouts, but never really followed up on it. There's not that much stock of this in the circulation, so I don't think a sleeping bag's going to really cause this to go up in price that much. The other thing is, if we were to see the sleeping bag being accepted, would everybody instantly know it's from the same collection? Would people make the connection? You get the idea. Regardless, it's a very cool looking design, and I'm kind of surprised we haven't had a fossil sleeping bag up until this point. I know we have like the grave bag, you know, the expensive one. I can't remember the name of it, but you know what I'm talking about, the one that came out years ago. That's quite expensive. Yeah, we do have that, but that's a human grave, human fossil. Anyway, perfectly fine looking design. Best of luck to likes of you too. If you like it, consider showing support. But in terms of do I want to invest into the MP5, as I said, I don't think everybody's going to make the connection, so it is what it is. And then next up, what do we have over here? This happens to be another collection continuation produced by GBG. It's the return to the sleeping bag, the JPEG sleeping bag, because it's a version 2, as you can see. So JPEG collection, haven't had one of those in quite a while, have we? If I can recall, I think we had the gloves last. Am I wrong? It was one of the last skins, yes, last year for Complete the Sets. Oh, Complete the Sets, we might need to talk about that a little bit later. The Tier 3 was accepted, and yeah, the Tier 2 and the hoodie and pants spiked in 1, spiked in price, that was nice. And then when that rust all rotated out, it immediately went back down again. Yep. So the Thompson's doing alright, the Sap's doing alright, the pants doing alright, the kilt's doing alright, the gloves are doing alright. I do believe that's the roadside gloves, the lowest quantity in circulation. Yeah, I think so, or subscriber count, can't really remember. Anyway, there's quite a lot of skins here, but the majority aren't doing very well. Now, more specifically, the Deployables, the sheepman door, the garage door, the wooden door, more specifically these two, they are down in price, but not by a lot. They're only down by 8%, only down by 6%. Right now, it's October. By default, you would assume that most skins would have reached a new low point. And as we steer closer and closer to the likes of January time, prices are now expected to improve. I actually think, by default, that garage door and sheepman door actually might improve quite nicely. Now, what you're going to have to do is actually look at the Steam market page, look at sales history, get a good idea of how it's behaved in the past. But yeah, it's gone up, it's gone down, it's gone up, it's going down at the moment. But what do you expect is going to happen around January time? It's going to go back up again. So if we were to see a sleeping bag being accepted, you probably could jump onto this, because by default, they're likely going to go up in price regardless. So, garage door as well, just to quickly look at the likes of this. How's your sales history? It go up when times are good, it go down when times are bad, it goes up when times are good, it goes down right now because it's October. So yeah, same thing. You could probably go buy a couple of those, wait and see how things turn out the likes of the sleeping bag. Yeah, it doesn't look like too bad of an idea. So, alright, that's a nice thing to be aware of. And I should also point out, a perfectly fine looking sleeping bag. It doesn't appear to glow and whatnot. So, if you like it, show your support. And if you want to invest into the likes of these two Deployables specifically, probably not that bad of an idea. So, alright, best of luck to the likes of you, Mr. GBG. Alright, moving on, we have one furnace, which is quite surprising. And it is the Rebar Furnace Sulfur. Now, if I can recall, there was another Rebar collection in the past, but not made by the same people. This is produced by Vitalik, and the one, it's a perfectly fine looking furnace. It says sulfur in abbreviated form on the back. So, okay, cool. If you like what you see, show your support. Best of luck to likes of you too. Next up, what do we have? We have some small boxes. Alright, so initially when I saw this, right, so let me just quickly go take a look. Yes, this is a collection continuation. So what I was thinking of was the Tier 3 Toolbox. That wasn't actually part of the Tier 3 collection because that's produced by Lodi. You might recall we had an Armour door accepted not too long ago. I think people got a little bit confused. Regardless, that Tier 3 Toolbox was a nice investment because it spiked demand, spiked in price when the Armour door was accepted. Whole funny thing. But now we have a tier 2 toolbox. Mr. 38, how many small box skins are you going to make this year? Quite literally, because you keep making them anyway. I don't know if everyone's going to jump onto the tier 3 toolbox if the tier 2's to be accepted. So if I could just type T3, and are we going to... Yep, there we are. And yeah, are you still in the positive? It looks like you are, or are you just basically evens at the moment? It looks like it's evens. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Well, it already rose up in price. It's gone back down again, October. Could it go back up again? I don't know if everybody's just going to instantly assume it's all the same collection. Then again, if we had a tier 3 toolbox, a tier 2 and a tier 1, I'm sure people would then realise. Also, don't forget, the skin creator here also made the base build small boxes. Let me just quickly show this off to you. So if I click his little avatar here, you might remember the likes of the stone-based box, the high-quality metal-based box, sheet metal-based box, and the wood-based box, which unfortunately isn't part of this collection. Weird SEMM thing. Anyway, I could see some nice things potentially happening, but I don't know if everyone's going to make the connection. That's just one little thing that's kind of like making me question things. I know it's a bit awkward. If you feel confident, you're more than welcome to jump onto that. One thing we should also point out is, looking at that collection we just saw from Mr. 38 there, those small box skins weren't exactly holding up very well, were they? Yeah, so, you know what? It's nice to see that the likes of this is doing a good job retaining its value, but I don't think the tier 2 toolbox is going to make that much of a difference. So I think I'll just stay away. Also, that's already doing good. So, yeah, and compare that to, like, many other small boxes we've seen in the past. That's doing much better compared to them, so we'll leave it at that, all right? So it's nice to see. It's a cool-looking design. If you like it, you know exactly what to do. Best of luck to likes of Mr. 38, Mr. Alloy. Let's see how things turn out. Cool. All right, then. We have another collection continuation. The return of... Well, here's the thing. Is it a military box or is it a Nuke box? Robstar, I think you need to be a little bit more clear, all right? Because clearly I'm looking at the military collection here. I'm looking at the design of the small box though, and it looks like Nuke. I know Face Punch are the ones who basically made that its own collection because for some strange reason they took, what was it, the original, what was the first Nuke skin? Let me just go through all the details. So Nuke was originally supposed to be military collection. So what was the first skin to be accepted? It was the double door, right. That was originally called the modern military sheet metal double door. Face Punch looked at it, accepted it, they called it Nuke. So Mr. Robstar was like, okay, I'll make a storage den. They accepted it. So then we ended up having something that was technically supposed to be the military collection, now the Nuke collection, but he's doing things like this, and it's kind of just making me think, okay, what am I supposed to look at, the military collection or the Nuke collection? I'm a little bit confused. I should now point out that the Nuke collection isn't exactly doing super great, which is quite sad to see. But if I were to go take a look at the military collection, I'm pretty sure whilst there's a lot of skins here, not exactly all of them are doing super great. Yeah, now look at that. It looks exactly the same as what we just saw the Nuke. So you can understand why I'm confused. So anyway. No, I don't think anything's going to really magically spike demand, spike in price to the likes of this arriving. Whichever collection it goes into. Rubstar, you're confusing me. Maybe be more precise. Okay, so it's a perfectly fine looking skin, and if you like it, you know exactly what to do. But I don't know what collection that's going to end up in. I don't think it's going to cause anything to really spike in price. I don't think there's any investments to be made there, so I'm just going to move on. Best of luck to you, Mr. Robstar. Right, we have some large box skins to take a look at. So here we have the Blackstone Red Lava. So this comes in 2 versions. Get a good look at this. Oh, it's so hot to the touch. I can't open this. Oh dear, oh dear. And then we have the second version, which is Stone Red Lava. So a little bit more magical. Look at that. Very nice, cool looking design. And both of them do happen to glow in the dark. Pick out which one you like more. Feel free to comment below. Mr. Wynet, this is a perfectly fine looking design. I like it. I think a lot of people would appreciate that. But you do have competition. So first of all, people, if you like what you see, you know exactly what to do. Show some support if you want to. Wynet, you do have competition, and it happens to be a collection continuation. Right there, we have the likes of the greening area, large box. So we've seen the sheet metal door, the garage door, now we have a large box. Mr. Decap, let's see how... Why have you called it greening with an A? Alright, anyway, so looking at the state of this collection right now, we can confirm that the greening area collection isn't exactly holding up super great. I've already checked ahead, so yeah, down 62, ooh, down 47, ooh. So, I know we saw the sheet metal double door produced last week. If either of these were to be accepted, would either of these spike demand, spike in price? I think they would improve, but I don't imagine they'll be going up that much. Alright? It would be nice to see, and yes, this collection does stand out ever so nicely. It's very unique. What's being grown behind that door, I don't know. Anyway, if you like it, show your support, but I don't think there's that much of an investment to be made. Maybe it's more due to the fact that we have so many sheet metal doors, and we have so many garage doors that they're just suffering. Fair enough. There's a lot to compete with because there's a lot of acceptances this year. Large boxes, we did get quite a lot of acceptances, but we do have a couple of large boxes that are still holding up quite alright. Anyway, I talk more about the potential investment. I'm going to take a step back. I don't trust the garage door and the sheet metal door that much. Sorry to say. But still, a perfectly fine looking collection continuation. Best of luck to likes of you, Mr. DCAT. Right then, we shall move on to doors, and there's a lot of them. Not as much as the Halloween batch, but there is a lot of doors to take a look at today. So we shall proceed. Now that does, of course, include the likes of alternate versions. Just want to point that out. So whilst I see a lot right here in front of me, there's a lot of alts. So let's take a look at the likes of wooden doors first of all. We love horses, do we? Sure. So, alright, this is a, I vaguely saw it, there you go. Oh yes, it's perfectly fine looking pony right there. Very nice, very cute. Alright. Rayleigh, Kyber, I will sit here and say this. It couldn't hurt to have a bit more of a closer shot. I mean, this is actually totally fine. But have an image of the front and the back next to each other. I can vaguely see the back. Perhaps it doesn't have that much detail to showcase, understandable, but still, at least show both side to side in a nice clear view, and that would be super helpful. So if you like what you see, consider showing your support. Best of luck to likes of both of those two. There is another wooden door that was submitted this week. Now here we go. So now we just had that tier 2 small box just a minute ago. Well, Mr. Loddy, he made an armoured tier 3 skin. Tier 3 armoured door skin, yes. And now he's decided, you know what, I'm going to do a tier 1 wooden door. And I just want to point this out. That's a cool looking design. That is actually a very cool looking design. That is very cute. That's, yeah, I know. I think that's got a decent chance of potentially being accepted. We haven't had a wooden door in quite a while, have we? I think a lot of people appreciate that, and I'm guessing tier 2 will probably be a sheet metal door then. Cool. Or maybe a garage door. Maybe a garage door. We'll see. But yeah, that technically would be a collection continuation. So let's go ahead and take a look at the tier 3 collection. I hope it's still connected. Come on, show me. There we are, tier 3. Oh, it's called the tier collection on here. This isn't what I wanted to see. What the hell? Right, when did the tier 3 armored door come out? Was it September 19? I think. I just saw it. I just saw it come back. Right, there we are. Yes, it's down in price, unfortunately. It's down in price. Now, there was a garage door for tier 3 produced. That was last week. I'm not sure which way this is going to go. Personally, I do like the creative touch with the likes of the wooden door here. I like it a lot. Will people know this is connected to the armoured door? I'm having doubts there. But by all means, if you like it, show your support. Best of luck to the likes of you, Mr. Loddy. But yeah, technically speaking, there is a bit of a loose collection continuation there. He should have added a collection here if he wanted to be a thing. So I will sit there and say it does appear to be a bit of a loose collection continuation. So cool. Let's move on to the likes of sheet metal doors. So here we have a transparent sheet metal door. It's the prison door. Now I would normally show the non-transparent version first, but obviously the gimmick is it's quite literally looking like a prison door. I have doubts that will be accepted. Now, just to point out, there is a second version where it's opaque, so it's all just black there. You can't see through it. Okay, that's cool. But I can't help but assume a lot of people probably appreciate that for their own servers. If you have a jail cell, you've got the perfect door now. So just highlighting this, a perfectly fine looking skin produced by Freddy and Krueger. But that much transparency is a bit overkill. So I don't think that's going to be allowed. But of course they did provide the second version, which doesn't have transparency. So yeah, which one's the transparent version? Because it says both of them are. Oh, are they both transparent? Hold on a second. Okay, well that's actually not very clever. Yeah, that's too overkill, Freddy and Krueger. You should have had a version that wasn't transparent. I bigged them up so much, now I just realised it still says transparent. Okay, yeah, no, that's a bit too much, so. Maybe they just copy pasted and didn't realise. I can't tell. It looks... Oh, no, that definitely is transparent. Look at that. All right, fair enough. Cool. All right. Maybe you should have uploaded a version without transparency. Okay, we'll just move on. Best of luck to CV2. But you do have competition. We have the Protector Sheet Metal. Get a good look at this. Now, this appears to have some transparency. Does it mention it? Because what's that little hole right there? If it's got transparency, you're supposed to point it out. Hang on a minute, there's a second version. Okay, so this version, so this is the proper example of, okay, this version, it doesn't have transparency. It's all like blocked off with some like black imagery. But this version, you can actually see through the gap there. Cool. Right, so let's just quickly highlight this. This is a sheet metal door that does glow in the dark. It's got like a light there. And there's like a bit of a hole here that's kind of like poorly patched, but all by design. So yeah, no, it looks like a very cool DIY style skin. Do you like what you see? Are you a fan of this? Then consider showing your support. Best of luck to the likes of Mr. Uper and Hyper Monster. Right, and apparently this is building up to being a Protector collection. So the first of potentially many. So keep an eye out for the likes of that. Best of luck to the likes of you two. But there's even more sheet metal doors. Mr. Himmick has produced the Hex Garden sheet metal door. Now this has transparency and this is the non-transparent version. Let's look at the non-transparent version first. So as you can see, the full door is there. We have the likes of some plants being held here. That looks cool. That's pretty stylish. Right, so what's the transparency here? What part of it is transparent? Now, guys, if you have like a very intricate usage of transparency, write it down in the description. There's some weird things with certain sheet metal doors where the skin creators will sit there and say, hey, this is transparent, but they make like the door handle transparent. And it's like, you didn't really need to mention that. We only care about if it's got transparent holes that you can see through. And as of now, I can't really see... Oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, you can see through all of it. Well, Mr. Himmick, I have doubts that'll be allowed, but at least you produced a version that, you know, you can't see through so easily. Whoa, that was way too much. So, yeah. Okay, I think that probably has a better chance. Oh, I wonder if there's certain farmers out there that would greatly appreciate a skin like this. Right, anyway, best of luck to likes of you, Mr. Himmick. Moving on, here we have the Autumn sheet metal door. Autumn? Don't say fall next. I'm not going to say it, chat. I'm not going to say the autumn fall. Anyway. This is a sheet metal door produced by Zihan. And, yep. Perfectly fine looking skin. Let's hope it doesn't dip. Don't worry, I'm just making a joke. I say a certain thing a lot, but we're now past the likes of the dip that we've seen over the past couple months. Anyway, perfectly fine looking skin. If you like what you see, if you love the orange leaves, the cobwebs, if you like this aesthetic, show your support to Mr. Zihan. Best of luck to you, sir. Next up, we have the likes of the TV Tower sheet metal door produced by Mr. Duck. That's a lot of TVs, but no channels to watch. Shame. So, best of luck to the likes of you, good sir. Clearly you can see this glows in the dark. If you like the aesthetic, if you like the design, show your support. Best of luck to you, good sir. Next up, we have the Slum Metal sheet metal door. This is produced by Mr. Igor. This comes in two versions, one with and one without transparency. The transparent version, as you can see it like from the top. There's a couple holes. It's all specifically like on the top part, nothing at the bottom from what I can see. There seems to be some very small gaps right there. Oh, there's one right there as well. Okay, yeah. If we actually had the actual skin in game, I'd give it a much better look if I could. But yeah, perfectly fine looking design. If you like what you see, show your support. Best of luck to the likes of you, Igor. That right there is a glow in the dark, transparent sheet metal door, or one that doesn't have transparency. It's up to you. Show your support to which one you like the most. Next up, we have the likes of the Dark Creature sheet metal door produced by Kazaru. It's a wicked beast. Yeah, I mean, what animal is it? Comment below. What animal do you see when you look at this? Is it an owl? Is it chipmunk? I can't tell. Tell me. There's no like references to take a look at, but hey, cool looking design. Does it glow in the dark? Yes, it does. Mr. Kazaru? Oh, perfect. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, so perfectly fine. Strange looking design. If that's the type of skin you'd like to see being accepted, you know exactly what to do. Best of luck to you, Mr. Kazaru. Right, next up, here we have the Country door produced by Oasis and Schumer. A very nice, gentle, cool looking design right there. So, does it glow in the dark? It doesn't appear to. Alright, well, that's perfectly fine. If you want something with a much more calm, lovely rural aesthetic, consider showing your support. Best of luck to the likes of you two. That's a perfectly fine looking sheet metal door right there. And now we have a collection continues. Saved for last, here we have the Neon Bismuth sheet metal door. Now you're probably a little bit confused. Didn't we already have a Bismuth sheet metal door? Yes, we did. But it looks like Mr. Wildcat kind of wants to separate that from this. So yes, about a year and a half ago, in early 2023, we had this skin being accepted. Now, over the past 18 months, Wildcat really did try to get more Bismuth skins accepted. He made armor door, double door, he tried to do large box, garage door, weapons and whatnot. Nothing worked until he made the likes of Neon Bismuth. I'm under the impression he kind of wants to separate these now. So he's now gone ahead and made a Neon Bismuth sheep in the door, which is totally fine. Get a good look at the likes of this. I've shown this off in a short video as well, so look at the likes of my YouTube shorts. I give it a much better, closer look. It's a perfectly fine, reflective, very colourful looking sheep in the door. Now we need to go ahead and take a look at the likes of those Neon Bismuth skins. I believe we have one accepted for the Force Wipe. And let's go ahead and take a look at this. So the garage door's doing very good, the sheet metal double door's doing very good, and the armoured double door's doing very good. Everything's pretty good, yes. Clearly in demand. Now I just want to point this out. Before Halloween we had an armoured door being produced, and then after we had the large box produced last week, and now we have the sheet metal door. There's a lot of these potentially that could be picked for the next Rust door. I don't know which one it's going to be, but I'm certainly looking forward to it. So okay, cool. We'll see how that potentially turns out. But if any of these were to be accepted, would these potentially spike in demand, spike in price ever more? I don't think they will, because they're already high in price. But I will still think they could bump up a fair bit. I believe as we enter the likes of 2025, this is going to probably pip up and go a little bit higher. All right. So if you own a couple of these, wait until January. I do think this is going higher. I wonder what this is going to look like around the summer of 2025 as well. Don't know. But here's another thing. It's not like they didn't sell that much. They did sell quite a fair bit. This did 22,000. This did about almost 16,000. This did almost 19,000 subscribers. So there is still quite a fair lot of them in circulation. But they're still doing very good. So, by all means, you could probably jump onto a couple of these if you really want to. But it's just the price. There's probably better things you could put your money towards to get more profits out of them. If you bought this from the Rust store, you've already basically doubled your money. So do you understand the situation there? Okay, so I'm sure you get the idea. I'm sure you understand. Regardless, if you like what you see there, the sheep in the door, show your support. Best of luck to you, Wildcat. Where's my water purifier? Oh, and my table. I want RGB table. We need a computer desk. And a chair. Do a chair with a table. Yes. Anyway, let's move on. Garage doors. Right. Oh, hang on a minute. Isn't this a collection continuation? We've had skins like this before, but that was made by Hats and TM. Yes, I'm that odd that I remember this. McQuarrie, a perfectly fine looking design. Retrowave, that's what I remembered. So this is called Synthwave. If you remember some other very similar looking skins, it was Retrowave. That was it. Okay. So, yeah, perfectly fine, cool looking aesthetic. Is this your type of skin with all the wonderful colour schemes and whatnot? Consider showing your support. Best of luck to likes of you, Mr. Query. Alright, next up we have the likes of, well, a lot more garage doors. Let's just grab them all. And an armoured door. You know, let's just grab all the remaining deployables and make for one final push. Right then, here we have the Decay garage door. Get a good look at that. Perfectly fine look and design. Pretty scary, and we got a little GIF here showcasing the change. So during the day, you can see like the radioactive symbol, and at night time, only the skull is present. That's a cool looking design right there. So, Nui, best of luck to the likes of you, good sir, but you do have competition. Yes, indeed you do. Sunstroke, produced by Sepesh. That is very bright. Yeah. Right. I mean, pretty cool, unique looking design right there. Looking very nice. Are you a fan of this? Do you want to tan in front of it? Well, Mr. Sepesh has produced the skin. If you'd like to show him some support, consider doing so. Best of luck to you, good sir. Best of luck. And you can see how it slowly progresses into the design it eventually was. Cool. Over to here, we have the Metal Shop garage door. Yes, I did a short video showcasing this. So it's supposed to trick you. As you can see, it's depicting the shop front, but it doesn't move. Yeah, like, obviously when you move from here to here and whatnot, you can see like the room changes, but this doesn't. It might catch you off guard, but still it's a funny, goofy, referential thing. I think a lot of people would appreciate that. So do you like what you see here? Are you a fan? Well, consider showing your support. Best of luck to you, Mr. Holodon Kolotinsky. This is a very cute, silly little design, a very nice creative approach. Next up, here we have the radioactive garage door. There are two versions of this radioactive, glow in the dark and non-glow in the dark. Seems I only have the glow in the dark version here, but yeah. Look at the slime, look at the ooze. It's quite scary. Was that a Halloween skin? I mean, it's totally fine to post this right now, but Mr. Trek, Mr. Norman Van, you really do come up with very strange looking designs. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's like, what what? Lovely little gift there showcasing this as well. So if you like it, if you appreciate this, consider showing your support. Best of luck to the likes of you two. More competition on the way. Here we have the Deep Sea Beast garage door produced by Mr. Y9J in 34633. Get a good look at this. It glows in the dark. At night time, it stands out like as if it's a what's it called? What's those pictures people get where it's like black and white? Silhouette design. Yes, that's a cool looking approach. Yes. Alright, so that's a very nice looking garage door, and if you appreciate it, you know exactly what to do. Best of luck to the likes of you two. Next up, we have an armoured door. Yes, indeed we do. Wait, really? Yes. There was another garage door that was submitted. It might reappear a little while later, but there was a Rainjoy skin. Now, it disappeared. It seems the skin creator removed it. But if you happen to see that appearing, I point that out to you. But yeah, it was in my collection. It's gone now. They've removed it from the workshop. So let's just proceed. Here we have the tank armored door. Is it tank armor armored door, or is it tank armor door? Tank armor. Anyway, moving on. So yes, looks like Mr. Trakmer project has decided to delve into the likes of deployables now. Of course, we started off with some clothing and armor. We got the tier 3. We got the gloves. He made a new version of the tier 2 last week with a version 2. Well, now we're doubling into the likes of deployables. This does not glow in the dark. I saw this yesterday. Perfectly fine looking design. Now, when you actually look it up nice and close, you can see it's very battle worn. It's very damaged. People must have been shooting at it and whatnot. Totally fine. I like it. I think it looks cool. Now, if we were to go over to here... Sorry, I'm yawning. I've talked so much and not breathed enough. It's some weird thing I have. I know. I'm stupid. Tank armor. The face mask is still holding up quite nicely. The chest plate has dropped off a fair bit. Now, we've been talking about whether that's nice green camouflage. Chest plate, people don't like it as much because it's got the big red dot, but still holding up quite nicely. I'm not sure if an armored door is going to really make that much of a difference. It is what it is. But yeah, if you like the skin, by all means, show your support. Best of luck to likes of you, Mr. Trakmer project. But I just don't know if people are going to really notice. We'll see. Obviously, I care more for the likes of Tier 2 being accepted. We'll just have to wait and find out. So, alright, best of luck to the likes of you, Trakmer project. Let's see what happens in the future. And then we have the likes of Sheet Metal Double Doors. Oh yes, indeed, there's even more. Mr. Sill has produced The Club Sheet Metal Double Door version 2. Earlier this year we saw the original versions. Well, now we have more colourful, stylish attempts. A very cool aesthetic. Glows in the dark, looks ever so nice. Do you want to join the club? Well, consider showing support. Best of luck to you, good sir. Next up, we have the likes of the demonic Sheet Metal Double Door. Slivkey, was this like a Halloween idea that you kind of thought, I want to do something else? But I would like to just put this out afterwards, which is totally fine, I guess. I mean, we've had some other demonic type of designs in the past and whatnot during the likes of when it's not Halloween. But, I mean, yeah. And technically speaking, the next Rust Door is on October 31st. Bit odd that we had the 2 Halloween Rust Doors earlier. Anyway, if you like it, consider showing your support. Best of luck to the likes of you, Mr. Slivkey. But we do have one more Sheet Metal Double Door, and lo and behold, it's a collection continuation. So Mr. Fuff has returned. Now, why did you call it opaque? Is this covered up? I don't know. Is that like transparent or not? Mr. Fuff, that's not opaque, that's transparent. Wouldn't opaque be the opposite, where you can't see through it? Let me just double check. Did you produce 2? Alright, so he's produced double doors in the past. I have seen that. But okay. That's transparent, buddy. That's transparent. You've written it down wrong. Transparent vent? Opaque vent. Okay, so I think the original version you could see through in the bottom part, yeah. But he's filled that up. Alright, but it's still technically transparent. You should have mentioned that still. Okay, whatever. This is a collection continuation for the Junkernaught collection. Let's go ahead and take a look at the likes of that, see how that's turned out. And as you can see, not that good. Oh dear. Down 42, down 65, down 66. That garage door has transparency and glow in the dark, and it's down to $1.40. What? That is incredibly surprising to me. Also, if this is going to behave like the Brutalist garage door and the Bombshell garage door, don't be surprised that goes all the way back up to its Rust Door price. By default, keep an eye on the likes of that. That actually might rebound ever so nicely during the likes of January time and the summertime. When I first saw that, I thought it was going to emulate the behaviour of Brutalist and Bombshell. And at the moment, it looks like it's doing it. It's reached a very low point. It don't look like it's going that much lower. And if we were to see a sheet metal double door, chances are that could potentially go back up in price. Will there be renewed interest in the Junkernaught collection? More specifically, the Deployables. We shall see. It's very thin. Very thin. Things could definitely change there. So, just pointing that out. I would care more looking at the likes of the Deployables. I don't think the furnace would change that much. Sheet metal door, I don't think so either, sorry to say. But that's also transparent with glow-in-the-dark. Keep an eye on both of these doors. Yes, they've gone very low, but as I said, could they go any lower? Very likely no. So, yep, alright. Okay, I do think there's a potential nice investment to be made, but that's up to you. Is there interest? Will Fuff continue to make more Junkernaught skins from here and now? Keep it on the workshop. I already own a bunch of the garage doors and the sheet metal doors because I bought them with buy orders, so we'll see how things turn out. Best of luck to you then, Mr. Fuff. We'll see how that turns out, and that is a wrap. That is every single deployable for this week. So out of all of these deployables, which one was your favourite? Which skins do you think have a genuine good chance of potentially being accepted with the upcoming Rush stores? Feel free to comment below. I'm going to take a real quick break, and then I'm going to talk about the likes of the weapons and tool skins. Alright, time for weapons and tools. First up, we have the Opal Rock produced by Bill Smoke. We have a little video here, it seems. Yeah, he's showcasing it. He's showcasing it. Well, indeed, yes. Get a good look at this. I mean, if you were to produce a video showcasing your skin, I'll make sure to try and show it off. That's a perfectly fine looking shiny design. I don't think it glows in the dark. Do we have anything to show off that? No. Alright, so let's quickly go to here. Yeah, it doesn't seem to glow. Cool. So if you like the design there, if you feel like owning a brand new rock, consider showing your support to Mr. Bill Smoke. Best of luck to you, good sir. Right, next up we have the likes of a satchel charge. Now, a satchel charge that's looking as if it's a first aid kit seems a bit counterintuitive. Just going to point that at Mr. Legacy. Now, again, that might be part of the joke. Fair enough. You need some aid? Here you go, catch. But yeah, it seems to be more of a case of emulating using the dynamite there to make it look as if it's bandages. Fair enough, that's a pretty cool touch. Pretty cool look of design. But again, I can't help but assume it's more of a joke. Catch! Right, so perfectly fine. If you like it, consider showing support. Best of luck to the likes of you, Mr. Legacy. Right, what do we have over here? Some crossbows. Let's go ahead and take a look at the likes of these. Pierce crossbow, produced by the likes of Mr. Kavahu. Take a look at this. A very cool looking woodwork type of design with some nice metal framing. Very cool. We've got some arrows pointing where to shoot. Very nice. Very cool. Do you like what you see? Consider showing your support. Best of luck to the likes of you, Mr. Kavahu. And then, collection continuation. Black Diamond Collection has returned to weaponry. Right then, so it's very black and it's very diamondy and shiny. Yes, look at that. Okay, so Black Diamond Collection. As of recent, we've been seeing quite a lot of clothing and armour, but in regards to the weapons, as you can see, the AK's gone back up into the positive, the Thompson's gone back up into the positive, the SAP's evens, the custom SMG's only down by 26%, the LR300's down by 36%. This collection has been doing very well for itself. It went through the likes of October, did not care that much, didn't go down in price that much, and I can't help but assume it's going to have a pretty fun time during the likes of January and the summer of 2025. So, yeah, a crossbow would be a very nice thing to see, but I think by default Black Diamond Collection is going to go up in price regardless. So it would be nice to support it, and yeah, I'd welcome the addition, but by default, that Diamond Collection, you might want to hop onto it. Will we see a jacket? Will we ever see the boots? We don't know yet, but I don't think a crossbow is going to directly impact the likes of the clothing and armour specifically, but the more the merrier. So overall, the collection would probably appreciate more skins being accepted. So more specifically, do you like the design itself? Consider showing your support. Best of luck to the likes of you, Mr. Bear Trip and Mr. Hulk. Keep up the good work with the revolver. We would definitely love a revolver. Alright, moving on. Here we have the Awokers. Did I say Ewoka? Whatever. Eoka. Made out of white R. Get a good look at this. It's produced by Lose R. Right. So, a very interesting... It's like 3D printed, this. Look at that. I found all these paper clips and I made a gun out of it. What does it shoot? Paper clips. Right. Well, that actually would be pretty funny, wouldn't it? It'd be like a worse nail gun. Anyway. Very cool looking design. Best of luck to likes of you. Loser! Right, next up, more competition. It's the finger gun, made out of fingers. What? Yes, it's made out of fingers. Where did you get all these fingers? Shut up. Right, anyway, what does it shoot? What do you think? Anyway, so, yeah, that's a bit creepy. You know what? That probably could have worked as a Halloween skin. If you made them, like, bloody and whatnot. It looked very, very disgusting, but perfectly befitting. Anyway, Mr. Voodoo, best of luck to likes of you. But there's more competition, because over here we have the P-E-Oka. The P-Oka. Peas in a pod. We have an interesting looking design right here. An Eoka depicting peas. And we've got cats for some strange reason. So this is produced by Cavency and Mr. Michael. Get a good look at that. So we've had the likes of a cucumber Eoka, a banana Eoka. Did we have a carrot Eoka? I can't remember. I think that was produced. I can't remember if it was accepted. Anyway, if you like what you see, consider showing your support. Best of luck to the likes of those two, and we shall proceed. Next up, what do we have? Racer sap, wooden sap. Let's go take a look at the likes of these. Mr. Azzy has produced the racer sap. Get a good look at this. A very strange looking design right here. But it's nice. It's colourful. Is this supposed to be a car? Is this supposed to go really fast? It goes fast when I throw it at your head. Right. Perfectly fine looking design. Best of luck to likes of you, good sir. Next up, Mr. Deadeye has produced another wooden craft skin. If you can remember from the previous week, we saw the likes of the wooden craft custom SMG. So it looks like he's trying to produce a brand new collection. This is not a collection continuation from that recent wooden SAR, if you can remember. That was produced by Spinoza. So if you are a fan of this much more grounded approach of weapons being produced out of carved wood, then consider showing your support. Best of luck to you, Mr. Deadeye. Right. Then we have the likes of some Python skins and some submachine gun skins. Let's go ahead and take a look at all of these. Here we have the Heated Titanium Python. Now, if you can recall, last week we had an interesting looking sap with a very interesting looking colour scheme. This here is produced by UE and Pains. Get a good look at that colourful design. Very nice. Now, there's some transparency on here. It looks like the aim sight has been cut down a fair bit. So it's exactly like the Redemption Python and the Blackout Python. If that sounds interesting to you, consider showing your support. But there is the standard version over here, which I do believe does not have the cut down transparent. Yeah, that's the standard view. So we'll see which one gets picked, but I can't help but assume you probably prefer the first version I showed you. So, alright. Best of luck to likes of you too. Right, next up here we have the Cosmic Flutter Custom SMG. Sonar is producing something very nice and very colourful. Look how they initially produced the design. Look at all the butterflies and the stars and the space and the moon, and it's also pretty and cool. So yes, this is a very lovely little aesthetic right there, very nice and colourful. If you're looking for a brand new custom SMG, then look no further. We have a wonderful, beautiful looking design right here in front of you. So best of luck to the likes of you, Mr. Sonar. Next up, here we have the likes of the Forgotten MP5. This is produced by Mr. Verona. Do we have a good side view? Yes, indeed we do. It's got some strange looking patterns. Not sure what that's supposed to imitate or replicate or be a reference of, but it's a perfectly fine looking design. Useful red aim sight. So if you like what you see, best of luck to the likes of you, Mr. Verona. Next up, here we have the Reflection MP5. This is produced by Mr. Yeah. We have a GIF over here. He's moving it around. It's shiny. It's so shiny. But yeah, it's reflective, isn't it? Aimed on the sight, we have a standard metallic aim sight, it seems. The lighting now wasn't the best. Can we look again? Is it a black aim sight? It looks like it's a standard black aim sight, which is totally fine. That would be perfectly fine in pretty much every single environment. So best of luck to you, Mr. Yeah. If you like it, consider showing your support. Next up, we have the Violet Fever Thompson. You might remember the Violet Fever... the glitter bomb AK from previous week. Well, now we have a Thompson right here in front of you, and it is also very glittery. So yes, if you like glitter and you like guns, look no further. We have the glitter bomb right here in front of you. So best of luck to the likes of you, Mr. Confusion. Let's see how that potentially turns out. It is a very goofy, cute looking skin. You do have competition though, because over here we have the Total Black Thompson produced by Mr. Salitra. It is totally black. Oh yes, indeed it is. Got a bit of a strange pattern on the side. Mr. Salitra still chasing after their first ever skin acceptance. Could this be the one? Consider showing support. We have a perfectly fine little white aim sight right there. So, best of luck to you, Salitra. Next up, what do we have? Shotguns. Well, just the one. And then we have SARs. Lots of SARs, actually. Let's go ahead. We have the Double Sausage Shotgun. It's got some very cooked weenies on there. Oh yes, indeed. It's very toasty and roasty. Oh. So if you like what you see, if you're a fan of this, consider showing your support. Best of luck to you, Mr. Fresh. DPS turns up the heat with a grilled sausage barrels and bun-shaped handles. Very cute. Next up, what do we have? Deep Ruby SAR, produced by Mr. Wynett. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Was this something that was submitted last week that I've accidentally added to my collection, or is this supposed to be for next week? Hang on a minute. I'm confused. I don't know what's going on here. I have to speak with him. One of them is okay. He should have put a note down or something. I don't know what's going on there. So just out of principle, I'm not going to look at this anymore. Wynett, very sorry about that. You haven't helped me out there. You should have put a note down. If one of those skins was supposed to be for next week, you should have put a note down. So out of principle, I'm just going to look at it. So, over to here we have the MK Ultra SAR. Yes, it's a collection continuation for the MK Ultra collection. Let's get a good look at this. And then over to here we have a perfectly fine pink aim sights. Yes, helpful for every single environment. Oh, yes, indeed. And this is the non-stock version, as you can see. So, MK Ultra, how have you fared over the course of the autumn-fall season? I've called it MK Ultra. MK Ultra, please. Do I have to put like a dash or something? There we go. Okay. MK Ultra. We have the AK-47, which is down by 58%. We have the MP5, which is down by 23%. With the Thompson, which is up by 23%. And the Custom SMD, which is down by 24%. Oof. Now, when I first saw this, I thought it was actually going to do quite all right. It's a very uniquely coloured set. The art on it is very interesting, but it didn't really seem to fare very well, which is unfortunate. Could it improve as time goes on over the course of January time? I wouldn't be surprised. I would expect it to do a bit better. Like, can it go any worse? I don't want to find out. Anyway, more weapons, more skins, the merrier. I think it would help out a fair bit. I just don't know if they're going to be going up very quickly. But by January time, can't help but assume that at least the AK will do better than $1.26. We'll see. So, if you like this design and if you'd like to see more of it, consider showing your support to Mr. Hessiam. Let's see how this turns out. Best of luck to you, good sir. But you do have competition. It happens to be Commando SAR. Right. So you know how we did that instant comparison with the likes of the Commando AK-47 with the Blackout AK-47? Well, there happens to be a Blackout SAR, which, you know, this looks to be the exact same style. Now, at the end of the day, people, no one could copyright a colour scheme. So if people are going to say, oh, they're copying, well, there's only so many colours we have. So, hey, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and take a look at the likes of the Commando collection. Because, of course, that was weapon, clothing and armour. And then we decided, well, the skin creator decided to delve into likes of weapons. I've already talked about this. I did my profit review for when this came out. The Rust came out earlier. And, yeah, that is not doing too bad. It's down by 16% right now. But if that's it at its worst, I'm fine with that. Once we reach January time, things should only improve. We'll see. The clothing and armour, I know the skin creator does intend to do Tier 2 again. We'll see if that gets accepted. Maybe they might wait until December when there's more people playing, or January. Ooh, that'll be smarter. That would be smarter, Mr. Kosem. I completely forgot your name in that instance. My brain went... Anyway, so, a SAR being accepted now, I don't think it's going to cause that much change, but the SAR in itself, as I said, as I alluded to, you might be well aware that we have the Blackout SAR, and if I can recall, it's quite expensive. So it might be another instance of, okay, we have a very cool sleek black design with a very useful red aim sight. If you can't afford the Blackout AK, which is $13, you probably would have just got the Commando AK, which is about 5 to 6 times cheaper. What is the price difference with the Blackout SAR? So, as this loads up, forever and ever and ever and ever. How long will it be here for? Come on, oh, thank you. Right. So it came out like 3 years ago. Yeah, it's currently sitting there at $6, and if I can recall, went up to about $8 during the summer. Don't start playing games with me, Steam. Not now. Not now. Not now. Right, it's working now. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. So as you can see, lowest listing is currently sitting here at $5.79. If I could just scroll down a little bit. If we just look at its sales history during the likes of the summer, you can see that this went all the way up to about $8. So, chances are that'll happen again. Maybe the Commando SAR potentially will be selling for around $2. Could be quite cheap, but we'll keep an eye on that at the very least. So, it's looking pretty appealing. If you like what you see and if you're satisfied with the Commando AK-47, surely the Commando SAR potentially will follow suit. So, it's up to you. Cool. So, best of luck to likes of you, Kosem. But in terms of, will this lead to the likes of all the other Commando skins potentially spiking demand, spiking price? Not really sure of that. But Commando definitely would like to see the tier 2, so Mr. Kosem, make it again, please. Right, so we'll see what happens there. Right then, let's move on. Let's take a look at all the AK-47s. We have quite a lot, yes indeed we do. Alright, and then we have some L96s, and that'll be it for the likes of the weapons and tool skins. Here we have the Owl Totem AK-47. It spins ever so nicely. Thank you very much there, Mr. Wagan and Mr. Gunya. It's always nice to have like a gift to showcase it. And if we could just aim down the sight, perfectly fine looking brown aim sight. Might be alright for most environments. Maybe not the desert, maybe not the forest. We'll see. But perfectly fine, cool looking, unique idea. So if you like it, consider showing your support. But there's more AKs, oh yes there is. And over to here we have the Electro Guitar. Yes, Guitar Assault Rifle. Mr. Wet QA with a very more interesting, unique design, I guess you could say. More specifically the pun name, but hey, it is what it is. Do you like the electro guitar? Are you a fan? Then consider showing support. Best of luck to you, Mr. Wet QA. But again, even more competition. Well, first of all, I should also point out there's a second version of this with the same red aim sight, so that's very nice to see. Moving on, we have the Piranha AK-47 produced by Sean Mick and Ari Spector. Very nice and purple. The sharp teeth of the Piranha on the front. That's a very cool looking design right there. Very cool indeed. Right, can we get an aim down the sight image? Aim down, aim down. We do not have that. Oh, here it is. And as you can see, it's purple. Quite nice, like reddish purple. So I'm sure a lot of people would appreciate something like that. So consider showing support. Best of luck to like of you two. More AKs on the way. We have the AK-47 Rubicon produced by Mr. Zverand. Get a good look at this design. Looking ever so nice. Aim down the sight. What we got going on over here. It looks to be a sort of orangey red aim sight. Again, should be totally fine. So if you like what you see here, again, consider showing your support. Best of luck to you, Mr. Zverand. Next up, we have the likes of the Snake Cypher. This is, of course, an AK-47 still, and that is a pretty interesting looking approach right there. Kind of like a tattoo in some sort of way. I like the wrapping and the colour scheme. So yeah, stands out quite nicely. Do you like what you see? Mr. Mnemonic Man has produced something very out of this world. Aim down the sight, what do we see? It appears to be a standard aim sight. I thought it was purple for a second ago, but yeah, it looks to be just a standard aim sight. Best of luck to you, good sir, and you can see progress in how he designed the snake. Over to here we have the Memories AK-47. Got a little GIF here showcasing it in game. Looking very nice. You got all the nice imagery that you can see on the skin. So that's a cool looking approach. Lovely little thing right here. Nulfert and Jimmy Tedeschi. Sorry about that. I said that a little bit too quickly. Red aim sight. A lot of people would appreciate that. So best of luck to likes of you too. Then we have, alright, I like this one. I showed it off for my 48-hour analysis. It's the Jungle Story AK-47. Now, you might not instantly notice this, but if you just look at like the trigger here, it's like the parrot's beak. That's pretty clever. Alright, I'm just going to point that out. That's a pretty clever idea right there. And yeah, aim down. Dark green aim sight. Probably not for the best, well, probably not good for the likes of the forest area and whatnot, but hey, it's fine. So Slavny, overall, it's a cool looking idea, and if you like it, again, you know exactly what to do. Next up, here we have the Beast Within AK-47. This right here is produced by Vase and Cubist. Get a good look at that. A very interesting colour scheme, mostly black, mostly white and grey, with a bit of pink and purple. That's pretty cool, that's pretty interesting. It's like a mosaic design as well. So if that's something you like, you know exactly what I'm going to say. Best of luck to the likes of you two. Let's see how that turns out, because that looks pretty interesting for what it is. Could we potentially get a collection of it? Then we have the likes of the L96s. Here we have the replica L96 produced by Mr. 9K with the diamond, what's it called? Diamond steel plating. I can't fully remember the name of it, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. When you look at it, you can see, yeah, there you go. So a much more grounded approach. Very nice and stylish in its own way, as if someone could actually make it with what they have on the island. So that's a lovely approach right there, Mr. 9K. Let's see how that fares. But you do have competition, and it happens to be an Abyss weapon. We have the Abyss L96 right here in front of us. It's got the very scary creature, and maybe its tongue, I guess. So, yeah, this is a collection continuation. Over the past year, we have seen the likes of some interesting looking Abyss weapons being accepted. So let's just go over to here, take a look at the likes of that. Now, last year, we saw the likes of the AK-47 being accepted, and that's the skin I've been referencing a lot, because that came out towards the end, went down in price initially, but over the course of January time, and in the lead up to the summer this year, that rose up in price very nicely and went almost all the way up to $5. So the SAR's gone down in price, the LR300's gone down in price, the Abyss bow that's still not here on this collection, that went down in price. Will they emulate the behaviour of that? Will they rise up in price in the future? We shall see. But if we were to see a brand new L96 being accepted, would it potentially, positively impact all of this? Well, we've already got 19 skins accepted, so I don't really think there's going to be that much change. But it's another case of, well, you know what, more the merrier. So more weapons couldn't hurt. Maybe they do end up, copying the likes of this behaviour. We shall see, but regardless, do you like the design? Are you satisfied with the approach? So consider showing your support, and best of luck to likes of you, Little Ranger and Grand Crowan. But as I was trying to allude to here, you should probably expect the L96 will probably just go down in price instantly for a while, and then potentially goes up in the future, much like what's happened to these skins already. And no, I don't think any of this is going to dramatically spike in demand with the arrival on L96. When we saw this and this being accepted, it didn't happen then, so yeah. Okay, right then, so that just so happens to be the final weapon/tool skin of the week. So out of all of these skins that we've looked at, which one was your favourite, and which one do you think has a genuine good chance of being accepted in an upcoming rush store? Feel free to comment below. I'm going to take a quick break, and then I'm going to start talking about the likes of the clothing and armour. Alright, shall we proceed and talk about the likes of clothing and armour? So, if you can recall, last week Kratorius produced a lizard, reptile, bandana and poncho. Now, I'm not sure what he's up to, but he's decided to do it again, but with a more like bluish turquoise type of coloration. Kratorius, you could have just submitted this as an alternate version last week. Just saying. But hey, if that's what you want to do, you're more than welcome to do so. So yeah, this has more of a green underbelly. Last week, you can remember it was green and red, so alright, cool. If you like it, you know exactly what to do. Best of luck to likes of you, sir. Alright then. So that was the only primitive skin in regards to clothing and armour this week, which is kind of surprising. We're delving straight into the likes of core pieces. So first up here we have a potential brand new collection, Lone Rider hoodie and pants, produced by Algorithm. Get a good look at that. Yes, he's all by himself. He's the Lone Rider. Pretty cool looking design. If you're a fan of that and you'd like to see the type of armour that can follow suit, consider showing your support. Best of luck to you, Mr. Algorithm. Now, next up, we have the return of the likes of the Apocalypse Nomad hoodie and pants, because it's the third iteration. Now, I believe they've put this out now for a very specific reason. So, it appears we might be having complete the sets actually happening. I'll talk more about that at the end of this video, but basically, it's probably good timing to put this out again. Keep it in the know, and maybe it might get accepted, potentially fairly soon, we shall see, because it is a collection continuation. Obviously, with the likes of the Apocalypse Nomad collection, I do believe it's only weapons with transparency as well. And I've just typed that completely wrong. Apocalypse Nomad, please. There we go. We had the likes of the MP5, the AK-47, the M39. They've all gone down in price. Even though they all have like very useful transparent aim sights, still went down. So over the past year, yeah, it's been basically a year. This was accepted back in February. The skin creators, Zed Skipper, Dark Schneider, they have constantly kept trying and see if they can get this hoodie and pants accepted, and hasn't been successful so far. It's perfectly fine for what it is, a very nice aesthetic that goes ever so nicely with the likes of the hazmat. So, with the likes of what we see here, could it finally be accepted? We shall see. If that were to be accepted with the weapons spike in price, maybe. Like, the weapons are odd, because they do routinely kind of keep getting bought out every now and then, because people only just realise the transparent aim sights. We'll see, but I don't really think that much change will happen instantly. But give it some time, we'll see what happens. So best of luck to likes of you two. Let's see if we can get this potentially accepted, and a brand new clothing armour set. So, alright, cool. Next up, we have the likes of some Tier 2 armour. So, of course, quite some time back, we had the likes of the Heavy Knight, collection flourishing ever so nicely, but we never got Tier 2. Because if I can remember, Black Diamond Tier 2 took that spot. In 1 week, we had Commando Tier 2, Black Diamond Tier 2, and Heavy Knight Tier 2 competing for a shot, but only Black Diamond got accepted. So, looking at the likes of the Heavy Knight collection, we are still missing that final core piece, and of course, if that Tier 2 were to be accepted, you know the likes of the boots and gloves, the Tier 3, the hoodie pants, and even the jacket, all of that was spike in price. Yes, it has gone down in price. It's October, but then look at the prices again. Yeah, these kind of went down a fair bit. They sold a little bit too much. But that's only down by 6%. That's down by 24. Oof. That's down by 16 and 16 there as well. Not too bad. That's down by 33. Yeah, I do believe this will definitely help out the likes of all of that. And then over the course of the next couple of months, will it actually retain value? That's up for debate again. But yeah, it has suffered with the lack of Tier 2. I'm still annoyed that we never got the likes of the longsword and the crossbow. But with the potential primitive servers on the horizon, maybe Heavy Knight will be appreciated, along with all that brand new siege weaponry. So if I could just quickly hop back over to here, Mr. Multi-L Hat Boris and Mr. Damned In, if it doesn't get accepted now, bide your time and wait for when that update happens, because this would be like the perfect theme for the siege weaponry and whatnot. I'm talking about siege towers, ballistas, I'm talking about the likes of battering rams. It's all been mentioned in commits. So, best of luck to the likes of you two. Let's see if it gets accepted now. We shall see. But you do have competition, for as you can see right over here, Neanderthal Tier 2 has been submitted. Mr. Zinc has gone ahead and make a... Well, look at the transparency and the... It's got like bones all over it and whatnot. Pretty cool. Can't go wrong with that. I love the coffee can though. It's got some transparency, but it's just basically one gigantic skull. That's cool. Like at the very least, if they never wanted to accept this Tier 2, could you at least do the coffee can? Because that looks cool. Anyway, a very interesting approach. Lots and lots of bones. Can you go wrong? I doubt it. And you got a bit of cloth on the likes of the kilt there and whatnot. So, if we could just quickly look at the likes of the Neanderthal collection, you may recall we got the likes of the Tier 3 accepted, didn't we? Now, of course, you know, if we see that Tier 2 being accepted, yes, that will be spiking. And it went down in price. Look at that, down 69%, down 61%. Oof, that's pretty rough, isn't it? So, take it into consideration. Yes, that definitely could be a lovely boost for likes of that. Would it cause this to spike in price as well? I have doubts, but when this was accepted, this did rise up in price quite nicely. But there's like a sheer lack of quantity between these two, so yeah. All right, it's definitely something to consider. There's definitely an investment to be made. Best of luck to likes of you, Mr. Zinc. And if you like what you see, consider showing your support. Next up, we have 2 collection continuations for Tier 3 armor. Here we have Cheese Tier 3. This is a collection continuation to the likes of... Wait, hang on a minute. Are you the guy that made the door, or are you the guy that made the poncho? Now I'm confused. Mr. L4FER, you did make the poncho. Did you make the door? I don't know. Right, so when was that cheese poncho accepted? It was during this week, wasn't it? Charitable Rust. Yes. Right, so if I were to just click your name, did you contribute to the cheese door, or did you just think, oh, I'm going to stand next to the cheese door, because it makes sense? Anyway, we'll just look at the poncho, because honestly, this would be the thing that would matter more. Right, so we got this accepted. It really didn't sell much, and let me just get this point across. It only did 4,180 subscribers. That's nothing. So looking at this, yes, it's gone down in price. If we were to see some more clothing and armor being accepted, by default, I would say that would probably do better. But what I said was primitive skins. I don't know why he immediately went on to hoodie and pants and Tier 3 and whatnot. You can't wear that with a poncho. I don't know what he's doing. I'm confused. Well, if he considered making burlap clothing, hide boots, burlap, head wraps, bandanas and whatnot, leather gloves, that would have contributed very nicely to like the poncho. I don't think this being accepted is going to give that much of a boost. But it's up to him. If he wants to do this now, it's up to him. So, alright, cool, fine. Anyway, looking at the likes of the Cheese Tier 3, if that's to be accepted, I think the poncho would do a little bit better, but I don't know if it would hold. Regardless, do you want to turn into a cheese man? Are you feeling ever so cheesy? Well, consider showing your support to Mr. L4FER. Best of luck to you, good sir. Look at what could potentially become what you are. made of calcium and cheese. Okay, anyway, moving on. Instead, would you like to become the Ultramarine man? Yes. Now, just to point out, this does not glow in the dark. Some people questioned it because, of course, you know, all the deployables that came out before this, they all glow in the dark. This does not glow, all right? Now, I did show the face mask off in the likes of my little teaser video, my short video. I would have shown off the tier 3, the chest plate as well, but I wanted to show off the Dracula cape and the weird invisibility thing. Anyway, I did do a short video specifically showcasing this. It is reflective. When you're in the darkness, it does kind of brighten up a bit, but it doesn't glow up. But I'm sure, as you're aware, certain skins do kind of like stand out a fair bit in the darkness. What with the moonlight and whatnot, you understand. You know how this all works. Regardless, if this were to be accepted, would the likes of Ultramarine Deployables spike in demand, spike in price? It could end up like the Abyss collection. I've already talked about this, but it's looking like it's behaving the same way. When the Abyss collection came out, the deployables, they sold quite nicely, but not ridiculously. And as they went through the likes of the summer of 2024, they rose up in price ever so nice. So with what you're currently looking at right now, if we were to see this being accepted, much like how the Abyss collection kind of developed, it actually would contribute quite nicely to it. But more specifically, you should look at the Ultramarine collection and take into consideration that it very likely will be rising up in price regardless. Over the course of January time, it might go down a bit during the likes of the Easter dip, so of course February, March, April, but the summer of 2025. If you've seen the player count for the likes of the summer this year, what's it going to look like next year? So things are looking quite appealing there. Back to Ultramarine. If you want to make a move, I've pointed it out to you, things are looking very appealing. Some of these skins have gone down in price. Maybe it's nice consideration. But do remember, Garage Door, that did like 30,000 subscribers. There's a lot more of these compared to the likes of Ultramarine small boxes, for example. There's like three times more of these compared to that. Cool. So we are understood, and potentially on the horizon, could we have a full-fledged set with hoodie and pants and tier 2? We shall see. So best of luck to the likes of you, Mr. Jeeba. There is a potential investment to be made there. Keep your eyes open. And that's it. That's a wrap. That's all the clothing and armour. There wasn't that much, but there was quite a lot of collection continuations, which is very appealing because we'll be talking about something very interesting in a bit. So yeah, which of these skins was your most favourite? Which ones do you think have a genuine good chance of potentially being accepted in an upcoming Rust store? Feel free to comment below. And of course, with all the different skins today, maybe make up your own list. Point out the things you absolutely love a lot more compared to others. Cool. Right then, so that's basically a wrap up with this video. Now I need to point out something very interesting. If I could just navigate over to here. In TGG server, that German guy, he has pointed out that there's going to be a complete the sets on no skins due on Monday the 4th. So that would mean, if I could just quickly get my dates correct, perhaps we're getting a complete the sets on November 7th? Or is that going to be complete the sets on November 14th? I think November 7th would just be a Force White Rust store, and it'll be November 14th. Right, November 14th is most likely when that's going to happen. So, no skins are due on Monday, November 4th. I was able to get in one last complete the sets week before 2025, 11th. So, once again, 11th. Okay, cool. So, yeah, it looks like it's going to probably be for the 14th. So, do you remember this video where we thought the complete the sets was going to happen during the likes of September? We might have been a little bit early, but it's probably a good idea to go through the likes of this collection once more. So look in the description, you'll see the link to that once again. Take a look at all of these skins that you see here. Now remember, they are representatives of their collection. It's not these skins in particular that I'm pointing out that will be the contenders, but rather look at the likes of Ramen Shop Vending Machine, scroll down, take a look at its Neon Nightlife collection. We could potentially have the sheet metal double door, we could have the large wood box, the wooden double door. It's all of these basically. Actually, that's the old version. You'll look at the newer version. There we go, yeah. So just understand that and explore, take a look at all the many cool, interesting looking collections of the past. I wouldn't be surprised if we get potentially the cards box. I won't be surprised by that. I think that would be a good shout out. I think we're going to get a lot of boots. You know what? Chameleon boots, Black Diamond boots, what else? Well, let me just quickly remind all of you. That'd be pretty cool if we saw that. That'd be pretty cool. Honestly, anything here would be pretty cool. Just remember this. Skins can go potentially as far back as about 4 years ago for potential candidates to be picked. maybe. People keep asking about that. All right. Oh, look, the Ultramarine sheet with a double door. Well, maybe I could move that out. I should probably clean this up a little bit. So consider giving this a good look, and we'll see how things turn out in the future. Yes, yes, yes. So remember this video. You can watch it if you want, but it's just me basically pointing it out and reminding people to be aware of the upcoming Complete the Sets, which didn't come out in September. But it did come eventually, and some of you are probably already prepared, so see, I still helped you. All right, anyway. So let's go quickly, hop back over to the likes of here. Yeah, that's all good. Don't forget to consider looking at the likes of TGG's top picks. Of course, also consider watching his video as well. Get a good look at all those skins. And yeah, do remember this though. A lot of skins that might be collection continuations that have come out recently very likely would also still potentially appear during that Complete the Sets Rust Store. Like, recent submissions do still kind of happen. And also, don't be surprised they potentially do it a second week as well. Like, in the past, they've said, oh, we're just going to do Complete the Sets this week. And then they turn around and say, you know what, we could do it for 2 weeks as well. Yeah. Also, don't be too surprised if they add, like, some extra late picks to the following Rust Stores. They like to kind of keep the momentum going for a bit. So, again, look at the likes of that Complete the Sets list. It's not official, but it's basically a perfect, like, idea of what to expect from certain collections that have been around over the past like 3 or so years. So cool, all good. So thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Hope the video was nice and insightful, and yeah, that's a wrap. So thank you very much. Catch you later. See you. Goodbye.